This is day 3 of my Europe trip, which took place on June 19th of 2022. And we stopped and we saw a castle. It was called Cahir Castle, and it was really neat. It was up on this hill. We got to walk around it. And then after that, we traveled kind of along the Atlantic coast down south to the Titanic experience, which it was historically significant because it was the last port that the Titanic had stopped at before it sailed off towards New York. And I got this little model Titanic there as a memento. And I've always been interested in the Titanic, as I'm sure many people are. It's kind of the whole tragedy in that story of what happened. So that was very good. And then we just kind of drove around the Atlantic coast. And then after that, we went to this Waterford Medieval Museum, which was kind of like a castle that was kind of in the ground. So it was like, it was historical, and they had like all these old manuscripts and like Henry VIII's sword and like the last like known piece of clothing from him. And so it was really cool just seeing all this stuff that you just learn about in history textbooks, but this is like the real thing from like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
We've just got 20 minutes, just a bit of a wander around.
That's beautiful.
We are at the Rock of Cashel. We're walking up the Rock of Cashel right here. Commemorative rock for the Titanic.
Just down there.
We are currently in Cobh, Ireland, and the Titanic actually came through here, and there's a museum.
So I'm confused, didn't a bunch of Americans die on here?
Yeah.
Why are Americans in London?
He's like, yeah, my wife and I.
Alright, we just did the Titanic experience. That was pretty cool. This is actually the pier that people came through. I think it was like 123 people came from this port, and then they would be ferried out to the Titanic, which would have been right behind that island. And And yeah, so the Titanic was just right past there. You couldn't really see it from this level, but if you were up higher, you might be able to see it. But yeah, pretty crazy that the Titanic actually was here and and came through here. Pretty awesome.
And what's won is won, and what's lost is lost, and not forever. Like it all.
Tell us of the accommodations and steerage, Mr. Dawson. I hear they're quite good on this ship.
The best I've seen, ma'am. Hardly any rats.
Mr. Dawson is joining us from the third class. He was of some assistance to my fiancée.
It turns out that Mr. Dawson is quite a fine artist.
Oh shit, they can come around.
That would have been funny.
Offered the right to have 2 extra fair days in the month of July. When you bought that right off the King of England, he sent you over his charge. That's the one regarding the wine, not an exclusive wine business I told you that Waterford had. That's signed by Edward III, King of England here. And
This is Henry VIII's sword represented. This is his last piece of clothing. Here's a look at the river down by the castle's right there. And they have, I've used these before, the little water bikes. And over there. I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty cool. Some kind of church probably, something like that. We got Irish coffees. We got Guinness yesterday, but I don't think I showed that. But yeah, they look very good.